Alright, hello everybody, and welcome. How you doing? It is a lovely Wednesday. Wednesday, May 18th, 2016. I'm Darkside Phil. Hello and welcome to today's gameplay stream. And as soon as I start talking, the landscapers are outside, turn on their lawnmowers. I'm not even kidding. I unmuted my mic, I pressed record, started talking, and immediately I hear it outside. Well, whatever. Hello and welcome. Today will be a lot different than yesterday. Thank God. Yesterday was the atrocity that was Homefront the Revolution. What a fucking stinky piece of shit that was. The game was so bad, I'm not even going to go into detail about it. I'm just going to make it this simple. Alright? I'm glad that I played Homefront yesterday. The reason being that I know, because I played Homefront yesterday, for the hundreds who watch the stream live, for the thousands who will check out those videos on demand on YouTube, and for the thousands that will check out the video that I made last night on KO Gaming, calling Homefront the Revolution the absolute worst video game that I've ever played since I've been on YouTube, I know that people will not buy the game. And for the thousands and thousands of people who will not waste their money on that fucking piece of garbage, I'm happy to have bitten that bullet and paid the $60 myself to play it for the 3.5 hours that I did. That is the kind of benefit of what I do. I'm happy to play terrible games as long as I can relay to you that the games are terrible and you should not play them yourself. So I'm very pleased with the fact that that is what happened. And tons of people, in particular, a lot of my international viewers, those who don't live in the United States like I do, for a lot of people, the game didn't come out till Friday anyway. So tons of people told me, wow, thanks, Phil. Thanks for showing us how bad this game is. Canceling the pre-order right fucking now. And that's good. That makes me feel good. It makes me know that what I'm doing is productive and it's helping people to save their hard-earned money for much better games. Let's face it, there have been so many great games recently, right? Uncharted 4. Doom. Two insanely great games that have just come out in the past couple of weeks. And that anyone would possibly skip those games in order to play Homefront the Revolution, I want to vomit. Seriously. So, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was a waste of a day. If you want just a summary of it, I mean, you could check out the raw gameplay videos on DSPGaming if you absolutely want to see the raw experience of what I went through for 3.5 hours. Or you could check out my 17-minute video explaining the situation and comparing Homefront the Revolution to some of the worst games I've ever played, including Epic Mickey, Conduit 2, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 over on KO Gaming, which is at youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. But let's put that in the past. The good news is, because that's in the past, we now have time to focus on good stuff in the future. So allow me to explain to you what I'm planning on doing for the next several days so that you now know what to expect. It's good stuff, okay? Today, right here live on stream, it's Doom. Doom returns for the final time, at least with my, launch week coverage of the game. Today, I'm going to have the opportunity to check out the stuff that I didn't really get to check out because of time constraints. So today, first of all, I'm going to be checking out the Snap Map mode. If you don't know what Snap Map mode is, okay, it's basically, think a level creator or even Super Mario Maker, right, in Doom, where people can make their own levels in the game. Now, this is an awesome concept because the original Dooms in the 1990s, this was a huge part of the game. Custom level creation, all the different levels that were released, where some of them went down in history as, epic stuff. And it was a major part of the appeal of the game, was being able to create your own levels. So the fact that they've implemented it in this version, the modern reboot of the game, is pretty freaking sweet. So, I'm going to be checking that out for roughly the first half of today's stream, okay? I want to check out, what have people done with this in the past several days. The game came out on Friday, it's Wednesday, so they haven't had too much time to mess with it. But what creative stuff have people come up with in Snap Map, alright? Then, for the second half of today's stream, what I'd like to do is more multiplayer, because I only got to play it for around 2 hours on Friday. I really, really enjoyed it. And I definitely wanted to, jump back into it for at least a little bit more before we gave the game a send-off and I move on to other stuff. So that's going to be today's today's gameplay stream is going to be Snap Map and multiplayer, alright? Tonight, ladies and gents, I'll be reviewing Doom. So I'll be taking all this into account, the whole campaign, which I've beaten as of Monday, the multiplayer, the Snap Map, and I'll be doing a review of Doom tonight over on KO Gaming. So check that out again, youtube.com/KOGaming1, if you want to know my overall opinion on Doom. And by the way, I'm not an out-of-touch hipster idiot who calls himself a journalist working for IGN, who reviews the game and says, oh, it's repetitive, and it's derivative, and I don't understand it. Well, that's because you're a fucking idiot and you didn't play the original Dooms because you're probably like 20 years old. You're a moron, and you shouldn't be reviewing the game if you have no frame of reference to the original Doom to know what they were going for, you dumb shit. I'll actually review the game legitimately. And I'll tell you, compared to the original Dooms, compared to the Doom 3, compared to all the other games out there today, if the game is worth your time. Because that's what a true reviewer should do. Not be a completely out of touch, out of reference moron. Ugh, why anyone reads IGN reviews, I have no fucking clue. Because they've been doing this now for about 5 straight fucking years. Hiring the dumbest fucking idiots who aren't even good at games to review games completely out of perspective of what the fuck they're supposed to be. I won't be doing that. Because I actually have self-fucking respect. I don't just do this to take a fucking paycheck. Like some people. Alright. IGN rant over. Excuse me. So. That'll be all day. So today, my whole day is dedicated to Doom. Oh, and by the way, I see someone in the stream chat, Random Ron says, I resent that. I'm 21 and I played the original Dooms. So already you have a better frame of reference than the guy who reviewed Doom for IGN. So I think you get my point here. It's not about age, it's about having the proper frame of reference. And chances are the person who they picked to review the game has no fucking clue what the fuck they were doing. Okay, so anyway. That's today. Tomorrow will be a lot of fun too. Alright? For anyone who was a fan of my Fallout 4 playthrough back in November, and boy did that playthrough last a long time. It was November and pretty much all of December because I took my time to go through and get all the content of Fallout 4, right? Tomorrow's going to be a treat. Tomorrow will be a huge treat, ladies and gentlemen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Fallout 4 Far Harbor, the first major narrative DLC for the game. This will be great. Supposedly, from all reports, okay? Supposedly, this is the biggest DLC ever for a Fallout game, including Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. It's supposed to be really great. Tons of content, huge map, all kinds of new added stuff, new weapons. I'm pretty psyched for it. I'm pretty pumped. And, I really loved the original Fallout 4. It was my game of the year for 2015. So certainly I hope that if you did join me for the Fallout 4 playthrough, that you will check out my Fallout 4 Far Harbor coverage starting tomorrow, alright? So, that's going to be tomorrow's gameplay stream. Now, tomorrow night, since Homefront's done, and I'm not really multi-juggling 100 things like I thought I would be, I have some flexibility tomorrow night, alright? So, the bottom line is, if there's something going on in the news, in social media, in gaming, if there's something going on that I want to vlog about, I will vlog about it tomorrow night. Now, if there's nothing going on, and it's a relatively slow day, then what I'll probably do is I'll do a session of Persona 3. Yes, I know, it's been a while since I've played Persona 3. It's been like another 2 weeks or so. I'm trying to remember. I think it was the first week of May when I actually played Persona 3. Okay? So, that's cool, right? And then Friday, more Far Harbor in Fallout 4. And again, Friday night, I leave myself open to do what I need to do. If there's something going on that I need to vlog about or something, If not, then I'll probably do more Persona 3. So I'll at least get a couple sessions in this week and get a little bit of progress in the game so that I can keep that playthrough going rather than just being dead for weeks at a time, okay? Excuse me. So we'll see. We shall see. I have a few ideas for vlogs, but quite honestly, these vlogs, if you don't do them right away, right? If you don't do them right away, it basically means that they're not pertinent anymore. And if you don't make a vlog right away when a news story happens, it's like, well, I did it 3 days later. People tend to not care. So that's the thing. Like, I know there's a few things that happened this past week, some controversial things, but I don't necessarily know if I want to do a vlog on them 1 or 2 days later. I might just want to do some Persona 3. We'll see. Like I said, I'll judge based off of everything that's going on. Okay? Alright, everyone. So that's this week. It's going to be fun. Doom today. Fallout 4 Far Harbor starting tomorrow. Possibly some Persona 3. This weekend there'll be a new DSP Tries It. There will also be, more coverage of Far Harbor. And this should lead us all into next week. Next week we've got Overwatch and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So a few cool new things next week to do. And I think it's going to end up being, continuing a lot of fun stuff. Coming up in the next several weeks. The final week of May is going to be insane between the Witcher 3 DLC and the new One Piece game. And then, of course, keep in mind, in very early June, those first few days of June, I'll be doing an Indie Games Marathon. Which, by the way, tons of people have been nominating games for me to play during this marathon. From what I'm to understand now, out of nowhere, people have been nominating Rocket League. The big kind of surprise hit of last summer. That came out and so many people played Rocket League last summer. Now everyone seems to be wanting me to try it out and play it. So we shall see. We shall see what people continue to nominate for that Indie Games Marathon, okay? Alright, what else is going on? Not much. So I guess what we'll do is we'll get to the gratuitous plugs segment. And then we will move on to the gameplay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you all know how to support me, right? If you're here every day, you watch the live streams, you watch the videos. If you enjoy them, please spread the word about them. Let other people know through word of mouth that I'm doing fun stuff. Let them know about how I covered Homefront and saved everyone a bunch of money on that game, and that you appreciate what I do and you want to see me keep doing it, right? Please check out the Amazon Associate link that's found in the description of every single live stream and video that I do. If you live in the United States of America and you click on that link before you go shopping on Amazon.com, I get a little bit of referral credit. So check that out. The big thing right now is Patreon. Okay, I've been talking about this for a few days now. And I want to kind of emphasize this because this month's special event that I'm planning is a lot different than previous special events that I've done on Patreon. Previously, it's always kind of been like, well, I'll do a marathon of this style of game, or I'll do a playthrough that people will vote on. In this case, it's going to be a multiplayer event. I've never done a closed multiplayer event like this before. If you've always wanted to participate in multiplayer gameplay with me, in the hottest new games, but you haven't had a chance, or you've tried to participate in these events previously and you couldn't get in, or possibly maybe, you were trying to play, but unfortunately there was some trolling going on that kind of ruined the experience. Now is your chance. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon in this month, so right now there's less than 2 weeks left. It would have to be in the next, 13 days or so, at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And if we hit the goal level for this month, which I hope we do, at this point we're not there yet, but we're close, I'll be doing a special multiplayer event in early July. And it's probably going to end up spanning a couple days, because I realize that not everyone will be, available to play on exactly the same day, okay? It's going to cover multiple games. It's going to be games such as Uncharted 4, Doom, Street Fighter 5, and Overwatch. But also, people seem to be clamoring for me to play Rocket League, and a lot of people have been saying if I get Rocket League, I should get it on Xbox One, because I don't have really any Xbox One games included in this upcoming event yet. So I might. We'll see. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, because this is the first time I'm ever doing this. Because it's a closed event, That will be for people who pledge $5 or more. It means there won't be any trolling, or if there is trolling, it'll be done within 5 minutes, and we'll all get to sit down and play the games that we like together and have fun and not have to worry about bullshit. I love that. And because I'll be dedicating a couple days, if not more, in July to this event, it means that there'll be time for the proper setup to invite everyone properly. It's not like I'm rushing through because I only have a couple hours to do it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I definitely hope that it happens. Of course, it's going to be directly dependent on how many people pledge to my Patreon this month, and if we hit the goal level. So, please check it out at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. In addition, if you don't really care about that, right? I don't care about the multiplayer event. I didn't want to do that to begin with. You get personal perks for your pledges, such as getting text or verbal thank yous in my videos, getting premium forum access on thekingofhate.com, and being able to vote and nominate on games for events. For example, right now, people who pledged in the month of April are nominating indie games for this upcoming marathon, and very shortly they'll be voting on which indie games I'll be playing in the upcoming marathon. That's a cool ability, right? You get some power over things that I play. You can also get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King. And you can get a private Q&A video made for yourself that dedicates 20 to 30 minutes of my time to answering your questions. People love this. In fact, I did 2 of these videos on Sunday, and now both people who got those Q&A videos have sent me responses saying they absolutely loved the videos. So, consider it. Your pledges on Patreon directly allow me to continue to do this as a full-time job. And I'll be honest with everyone, this year, the Patreon stuff is super important because of all the difficulties I had with my business last year, which I won't get into now. But the money is needed. The money is much appreciated. It allows me to have more creative control over what I'm doing rather than having to play every single major release. In fact, this year in particular, I've skipped a bunch of big releases in order to check out more stuff that I wanted to do more. And I think people appreciate that. You know, I'm skipping out on all these games like The Division and stuff like that to do stuff that I want to do. And that's awesome. Okay? So please consider pledging. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And I'll say this, most people would probably pledge if they had unlimited funds, right? But they don't. I don't have unlimited funds. You don't have unlimited funds. But a lot of people say, oh man, I don't have a lot of money. There's no way that I could help out Phil with Patreon. I'll tell you this, $1 a month. $1 a month is enough. It helps. I'm not kidding you. If you look at the people who have the most successful Patreon accounts, right? People who do this full time, all they do is have funding from Patreon. They don't have to worry about ads on YouTube and shit like that. They have tons of people who pledge tiny amounts and it adds up. That's how it works. You know, thousands upon thousands of people check out my videos on a daily basis, right? Thousands. If those people contributed $1 a day, not $1 a day, $1 a month, excuse me, $1 a month, I would never have to worry about anything ever again, right? I'd have more than enough money to support the business, to pay my bills, you know, and that's what it's all about, gradually getting a large amount of people to give a little bit that's nothing out of your pocket, but it adds up and helps me to do this, okay? So please consider it. Even if it's as little as $1, it helps. All right, everyone. That is it. It is now time to begin with my coverage of Doom's multiplayer and Snap Map. I hope that you're excited. I am excited. It's time to begin. Thank you for being patient during the pre-stream, and let's do this.